Jameis going to look to throw right away.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the one.
Good work there. Hold them out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Fournette again.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Leonard Fournette.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Jameis to throw it. He gets it to Thomas.
Winston to Thomas there for the Saints' first down.
All-pro receiver Michael Thomas missed all of 2021 while recovering from an ankle injury. But we'll never forget that he set an NFL record in 2019 with 145 catches. When healthy, borderline unguardable, just like he was on that play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the 2 to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, When Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans en route to that title.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Jameis again. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick 6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the route is on here in this first half.
Saints, nothing. Ryan Succop to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it.
Winston's pass.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try?
And he is going to go down. back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Fournette running right. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes this 35-0 now. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw, Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Winston's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Throwing, Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Here's Winston. And now here is another interception. Mike Evans picks it up. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Brady to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And the Buccaneer first down.
Brady now on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. David Onyemata coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Brady going to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Brady.
That's complete. It's Chris Godwin.
The 40. The 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. Tampa Bay.
Chris Godwin.
An even 90 yards.
And the Buccaneers continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And it is 42-0.
Buccaneers 42. Saints nothing.
Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Third and short yardage. Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on fourth down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Here's Smith to return it.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Their coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression. My goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Ryan Suckup to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Saints take over first down 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is caught by Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Now Brady. And he's got it. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Chris Godwin as the first half is winding down. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
The Bucs will set up for the two-point conversion.
They will run it. It's Fournette. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Saints nothing. Ryan Suckup to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down, Winston. And now here's another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be for him. Remember, CD, he had the turnover earlier, and now the pick six, that's the cherry on top.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. When you force a turnover on defense, you're the guy most excited about getting back out there and trying to force another one. How about him picking off that pass, setting his sights on the end zone? You know he wasn't going to be denied getting there either.
Extra point put through by Suckup. And the route is on here in this first half.
63. Saints nothing. Ryan Suckup to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both of these coaching staffs feverishly making their final plans for the second half. One of these two teams is going to get their first win. And for the call, let's kick it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. the second half is underway. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Easy.
On 2nd and 12, Brady. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Fournette, a first down carry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brady now to throw. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Saints are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Following the interception, Winston. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 95 yards. And the Saints are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Lutz good on the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10.
Brady. Evans has it left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Brady now on first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs.
Looking to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far. But a pretty bright spot there with that pick six.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. That is caught, it's Chris Godwin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. It's a pickup of 6, and that is going to do it for this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Brady.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, Do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Now Brady. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead, and some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in there.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They fake the handoff. Now Brady rolling to his left. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised, Frank, earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. Jameis to throw it. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Lavonte David making his presence felt in the backfield. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
3rd and long for Winston. And now here is another interception.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Throwing on 1st down is Brady.
He's going to drop this one down to Bernard.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And he's got his man in stride. Complete.
And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
At the 6-yard line.
Here's Bernard. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal.
To throw is Brady. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really good. The catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Saints 13-yard line.
Fournette once more on 2nd down.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
Deontay Hardy on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10. They're on the 26-yard line.
Take it to the house.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Winston.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total dominance.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Winston now.
Yeah, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lasted one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
To throw is Winston.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Winston. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Facing this fourth-quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And finding the tight end Rudolph. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Brady going to look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bucs will take over here just shy of the 30. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense.
He's got a man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Brady. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football.
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just didn't get their backs, beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Brady going to throw here. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Tampa Bay, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.